Hello everyone, welcome to another morning scan for October 16th, 2018. First off, I want to talk about Bitcoin. Yesterday I mentioned that these are the levels that I was watching throughout the day, and I was bullish as long as 4-hour closes were above 64.30, which we're getting. We're actually getting a support and resistance flip there as well. So today I'm carefully bullish. And I want to, before I go to the daily, I just want to move that over. I just want to highlight different levels I'm watching in case we actually do break above this daily resistance. And why I'm bullish is I'm really concerned about this pivot that I highlighted in green. Okay, so we can see it's a pretty clear pivot. See, price gets into this area and has an explosive move up, moves down, consolidates, explosive move up, down, bounces right above it, decent move up, right? So that's why the longer Bitcoin stays in this area, the more carefully bullish I get for that reason. Let's see if we can go back. I mean, of course, the pivot was also a dump area, but as of late, the last three areas or attempts at this green area was a pump. I'm very, very carefully bullish. Some entries that I would ideally like to get is, let me look on the 1 hour and see. I just woke up, so I haven't looked at any of these charts. So I like an entry below 64.14. What's that fib? I think 0.5, right? Yeah. Okay, so I like entries at the 0.5 as well as in green. So we can say that stops above were taken out, right? Because that long upper wick. But stops below have still not been taken out. So these three equal lows on the 4 hour have not been taken out yet. So actually, I would like an entry at 63.16. This may be one of the days where I scalp or just patiently wait for a swing trade entry. But I like the 0.62 fib. What's that confluent with? Let's see. 63.16. That's nice, actually. There's good support there. I mean, I think I'm very carefully bullish today. I really think I am. Just these three equal lows is concerning, which leads me to believe that eventually we'll take them out. But, yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm torn. Because, okay, now let me show you the daily, which is why I'm really torn. Or first, let me show you this, our high time frame trading range that we've been trading off of for the last however many months at this point. But we see that's also confluent with the equilibrium, the bottom of green right here. So we bounced off of it 3 times. And we're slowly grinding up. So either this is just getting ready to dump and take out these lows, or it's just going to pump and just really get going. Because you could definitely argue that this is accumulation right now. And I would get behind that argument as well because the volume is extremely low. And we're right above a support area. Or a bullish support area, pivot, whatever you want to call it. So there's definitely arguments to be made that this is accumulation. And I feel like accumulation down here would definitely be significant. So the longer we accumulate between this 1 day resistance and the equilibrium, I think the more bullish we get. But then when I open up the daily, this screams bull trap to me. Let's just ignore this wick. I don't really care about this wick. I mean, yeah, let's just ignore that for now because we could see this huge dump into the range low. That huge dump, that's the most volume we had in just over a month. And it was a dump directly into the range low. And then what's concerning to me is the low volume after that dump. So to me, I see this as there's not as much demand at this range low as there has been previously. So if we go back, look at all the demand at the range low here and just compare the volumes. Look at all the demand there. So you could also argue that as time goes on, the demand dries up at different areas. But being that this is a long-term support area and such a significant level for such a long time now, it would be hard for me to agree with that argument. So if this was any other coin, I would say this is a bull trap because of that low volume. But you could also argue that it's accumulation down there for those 3 days or 2 days. This really isn't accumulation, but these two would be. So that's why I mentioned that I'm carefully bullish, because I don't like the volume. I really don't like the volume at all. I'm very concerned about the volume, mainly. 64.41. But it's also, let me go to the 1 minute. I was asleep when we tested the 1 day resistance, so I want to see what the volume was like. Let's see. Okay, so a very high volume rejection there. I don't know what this was about. This was a random high volume spike. I think to generate enough liquidity to actually blow through 6,500, we'll have to take out these equal lows. And then the best place to long would be this support and resistance flip right here, 63.50. Let me mark that. $63.50. Cool. Yeah, I would like longs down there, I think. With a stop just below 63.14. That's a tight stop for a really nice reward. Let me see. Long position, we'll enter like, let's say here. We'll target daily resistance and a stop right, or we could even do, no, 2% stop is a little wide. I mean, that's less than a 1% stop. So that's a decent 3-to-1 right there. I mean, I like that. So I may give out an official entry for that. I'll just have to watch price action develop today and see if we can get those continued closes above 64.30. If we can, I may just enter a 1/4 normal position size long at 64.30 just to at least get something going. If it's being well defended, I'd rather have some position than no position. So that's my opinion there. Other coins really are, I've mentioned this a lot in my morning scan videos, but other coins are essentially capped right now. Ethereum, you could see it's capped at this little resistance area. As long as Bitcoin stays under 64.50, it's going to be right here. It basically mirrors Bitcoin's movements. So Ethereum doesn't really matter to me right now. I'm not going to like long Bitcoin and then short Ethereum. That would just be silly. Ripple, we got stopped out overnight. Looking at this now, I could see why we got stopped out. We got 2 4-hour closes above 64.23. Of course, it was only a few Satoshis above, but that's usually a signal for me to get the heck out if it closes above my resistance area. But I didn't, and it ended up pumping nearly to the high time frame range high, which is fine. I'm not worried about that. Getting stopped out is normal, completely fine. But I'm not looking to short Ripple or even enter into any Ripple position. I really don't like trading Ripple on BitMEX, but for that situation, I thought, why not? Tron, we are still in a position in, and it hasn't dumped yet, which I'm pretty surprised about. And if the whole market is looking bullish, I may have to give a notification to drop Tron, or at least take a little bit of profit, just so we can be protecting our capital here in this trade. Because I definitely don't want, it looks like an altar pumping this morning, so I definitely don't want to get stuck in that position at a loss. I'd rather just take the small gains and move on. Bitcoin Cash, I don't really care about. It's capped as well. I don't like trading Bitcoin Cash on BitMEX either. But is there anything I see here? Nothing really. I mean, the volume's nice. You could argue that a bottom has been found, but it's not anything that makes me really want to trade it. Litecoin I haven't traded in so long. Anything on Litecoin? I like this for a range low. I don't like Litecoin right now either. I mean, if it pumps up and then tests this as support, then I'll long. But until then, it's kind of stuck in the middle, and there's no point in entering a position right now. EOS, I haven't traded in a while either. It's still, oh my goodness, it's still holding this? I'm surprised. I mean, that's a valid diagonal, but does it make sense? Let's see. Strong volume. Let me see if I put one up here. Oh, would you look at that? That's valid as well, and so is the bottom one. Actually, EOS may not be bad. I'll take a look at what kind of position I want to enter into EOS, but it doesn't look too bad, surprisingly. Oh, and it's down today? Yeah, alts are pumping today a little bit, so it's worth taking a look at EOS, I think. Let me look at the 1 hour. This is nice. This is a really nice rounded bottom. This is why it's important to do morning scans, because I usually never look at EOS. But I mean, if it's going to make us more Bitcoin, then I'm all for trading it. I don't really care. I like that a lot, actually, to be honest. Let me make a trading range out of this. Let's see. Let's go to the daily. Okay. I like this right here. Okay. My range low, I like this. Never mind. For my range low, I like that, actually. God, that's ugly. I hate all the lines. Where's the EQ? EQ is right there. And there we go. It's as simple as that. I really like EOS, actually. Yeah, I'll take a look at entering into position today, almost for sure. I just have to wait. Yeah, I like EOS. I'll see what happens today. ADA is doing well. See, look at ADA, right? And now look at EOS. I mean, just all of these alts really don't look bad at all. Like ICX is doing well today. Look at all that volume. On the daily, yesterday after the market closed, I market bought more Icon at 1032, I think. I put that in the member live trade section, but I did market buy some more, and that's because of the volume spike and not really much of a price move at all. I mean, 12% for the most volume we've seen since September 6th is really not that much. So I like my Icon position now. It takes up about, let me look on my phone. It takes up about 34% of my altcoin portfolio right now. So I'm very bullish on Icon. I remember I put, like last week, that I'm so bullish on Icon, I'm in physical pain, and that is still valid. So, yeah. Bitcoin Cash. Let me look at my Bitcoin Cash chart. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin Cash is, again, oh, never mind. Oh, I made long Bitcoin Cash too. Look at this. We're right at the bottom of the daily VPVR. I'm sorry. We're right at the daily support with the VPVR gap. Ooh. Look at that increase of volume too. Wow. I may actually long Bitcoin Cash too. I like that. We have a support and resistance flip right here. Right there. I mean, look at that. It perfectly lines up with the VPVR gap too. That's really good. I like that. I'm going to write down this. Give me 1 minute. All right. EOS, BCC. Obviously, Bitcoin. I don't have to write that down. I really like Bitcoin Cash. And everything else is doing fine. Our Encash positions got fully filled, I believe. So that's nice. I think this will definitely do well. This will be an easy couple Bitcoin after this trade is complete, I think. Anyway, this was a really long morning scan video. I hope you enjoyed the longer video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and have a good day.